right, welcome everybody to episode 35 of Disney with the Ducks, and coming to you from Duck Studios across the country, I've got Carly and Jeff.
Hi.
Lonnie.
Hey, everybody.
Mean Gene.
What's up?
Kevin.
Hey.
And myself, John Krull. And tonight we are going to be talking about the D23 announcements related to movies that are coming to Disney Plus and to theaters over the next few years. But before we get to all that excitement, we wanted to ask a question of everybody. What is your favorite childhood TV show? So, Kevin, let's start with you. What was your favorite show growing up?
All right. So, growing up, every Friday, I never missed it. MacGyver. I love that show. MacGyver, he would always have some kind of crazy problem and would solve it with chewing gum and, toothpicks or whatever, and build a helicopter out of a Coke can. And, it was really cool how he was always, solving all the problems with the little things. And I never missed it. It was a great show.
Nice. Good choice. Yeah, that was a good show. I used to watch it with my mom a lot, and I loved it too. It was always fun. All right, Gene, how about you?
Yeah, that's a hard question. I loved TV when I was a kid, and it depends on the time frame. But I loved the A-Team, and they had a similar thing where there was a montage. There was always, they were helping somebody out, and there was some montage where they're building something, and they put something together, make a tank out of an old car, and some conduit or something. I don't know.
So kind of like MacGyver, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they were
sort
solving
of.
problems,
Except with a mohawk.
lots of stains.
And knocking B.A. Baracus out so he get on a plane.
Yeah, 80s were great for the montage and
good.
Coming up with some cool stuff in a very short period of time.
If you have a problem and you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good one. All right, Lonnie, what about you?
Yeah, Gene and Kevin are both just crazy. The best show growing up was Transformers. And let me just
I love that.
You got Autobots, you got Decepticons, you got Saving the World, you got cool cars, fast jets. I mean, it had the best of everything. So I don't know what Gene and Kevin were talking about. He wants to hire an A-Team. Kevin wants to make something with some bubble gum. I want to save the world with the Transformers. That's
a good choice, Lonnie. I love Transformers. They're right up there too on my list. I've got a very bad addiction to them to this day. Lots of toys sitting around, so that's a very good choice.
Yourself in my eyes, Kevin. Not you, Gene. Too late.
Wait a second. What years was the Transformers on? Because
I went to the Transformers convention.
Wow. Wow.
Now that's more than meets the eye right there. Let me just tell you.
I like Transformers too, but
you don't know. I thought I was the biggest Transformer fan until I went to that, and now I'm not at all. So not even close.
Yeah, what age were you watching Transformers, Lonnie? What age?
That wasn't a question. You didn't understand.
36.
The assignment was the best show.
You and Kevin are not the same age. I think when Kevin was watching Transformers, you're like in college. So I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just wondering. I don't remember Transformers when I was a kid.
The second go around of Transformers after the death of Optimus Prime, poor little out. The original Transformers, we were that age to watch it.
Yeah, and that movie, was one of the most devastating things too.
Oh, yeah.
When that happened, that was rough.
It changed me. It really did.
Yeah.
All right, Carly, what was your favorite as a kid?
Gosh, it's like asking me to pick my favorite kid. I like just sitting here listening to you guys. I think 6 or 7 came through my head, but I'm gonna have to say She-Ra. She-Ra was my fave. I didn't have brothers or sisters, but I had a cousin, and he was a little older than me, and he was obsessed with He-Man. And my parents would always go over there on the weekends and play cards with my aunt and uncle, and I was just stuck with him. So that was the one thing that we could get along doing, where he didn't beat the crap out of me. He was He-Man and I was She-Ra, and we played together and had fun. But It was that or Glow, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. And he would beat the crap out of me every time. I was Americana. He was like Attila the Hun or something. I don't know. But I got the crap beat out of me. So I'm sticking with She-Ra.
She was a
Did
good
he
choice.
did he have the Castle Grayskull? Were you talking to it?
Oh, yes.
You
And
remember
I
that?
had She-Ra's castle and the horse
yeah.
and the sword. And yeah. Mhm.
I think
So
the
you
most
look at-
important thing about She-Ra that impressed me the most is that she can have all those battles, and her white tennis skirt would always be clean.
Right? She was
Magic.
gorgeous.
It's just it's magic.
It was a skimpy little outfit, though. Like, 40-year-old me looking back on 80s She-Ra, I'm like, girl, put on some clothes. You're not really setting a good model here, but
And you can't really fight like that. I don't care what you're saying.
I mean, look, she was able to stretch good with that, right? She didn't have anything clinging, and
right? Exactly. It was a fighting dress.
excuse me while I put on this fight dress.
Yeah. That's how I always like to fight. I wear a short skirt and
And a white tennis
very
skirt?
tight clothes. Yeah.
They ride up though.
Yeah, mini skirt. Yeah, it's comfortable. What are you gonna do? All right, Jeff. What about you? What did you like as a young man?
So
growing up in Ohio?
similar to Gene and Kevin, I was a big fan of Knight Rider. If
yeah.
you guys remember back a few episodes when I talked about me being the person on the Baywatch, that's the first time I actually met David Hasselhoff was on Knight Rider. So
Oh, yeah.
we're kind of tight through that.
I
So
must have missed something.
I was one of the Baywatch models.
I know you said that, but I still feel like I must have missed a moment in your life.
But I enjoyed Knight Rider. I liked the kit car and the talking into the watch, which like the precursor to the iPhone.
Is that why you do that now all the time? You're like, no,
No,
it's want to be cool.
but we'll go with Knight Rider. So
Now, Jeff,
Sure.
did you cry when Kit got destroyed by the tank? You can be honest.
maybe a little
Okay.
bit.
I'm okay with it.
And I tried to watch the rebooted Knight Riders, and they weren't horrible, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't the same,
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
because it didn't have Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
right?
You
So
can't hassle off.
right, man, you stole mine, Jeff. I was actually gonna pick Knight Rider too because I loved it as a kid. It was the coolest car. It was amazing. So since you stole that, I'm gonna go into the skies and pick Airwolf.
Oh,
Airwolf.
Nice.
That's a good one.
It was amazing. I loved it. That helicopter is still the coolest like flying thing besides maybe the SR-71 that I've ever seen. And so that's my choice. And I've tried to watch it though, and it's not the same. I remember it as a kid being like amazing, and now I watch it, I'm like, this is okay. But at the time when I was like 7-8 years old, whatever, I loved it. So yeah, I think I'd have to go with that, or Michigan football, because that was amazing back then as well. Okay, so now that we're done reminiscing about things of 30 years ago, let's talk about what's coming up in the next 3 to 5 years out of Disney. So there was a lot of movies announced at D23 a couple weeks ago. So we'll go through each kind of grouping, I guess, of them, and then pick our favorites and what we're most excited about. So first up, let's go through the Marvel movies. So with Marvel, they announced, I think, 5 movies coming out, right? Ant-Man and the Wasp, so Quantum Mania, that one's coming out. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, so that one's coming out. That should be awesome. Captain America, New World Order, and Fantastic Four. And then another one that, honestly, I don't know much about, Thunderbolts. So what out of these movies from Marvel that are coming out, it really excites you guys?
yes.
All of it?
Yes.
Me too.
All of the above.
Yeah. So
I'm interested to see what they're doing with the Fantastic Four. There's been so many versions of that.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We got Human Torch from the early 2000s, which ended up being Captain America. So
Right.
how are we reworking this? So they're going to bring Jessica Alba back, which is really the only reason to watch Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
What are we doing?
no, let's stop there for a second. She has to be in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it's
I
happening,
don't
John.
think she
But
acts
she's
anymore.
not though. I think they already casted another lady as.
Yeah, it's a total reboot.
She's not in there anymore.
Right?
I'm boycotting.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I
So is John Krasinski going to be Mr. Fantastic?
No.
he is. I think
No?
he is.
I don't think he is.
Well, he was in. I thought
Yeah.
he said he
He was in
wanted to do it.
Spider-Man.
That
although
was
he
an alternate. That was an alternate. They're not. He's not. I just read something about this. It's not him.
Okay. Well, I might join John in the boycott.
Yeah, he needs to be.
Yeah.
He'll be a good one if he does it.
Oh, okay. So here's what I found on the Google is Henry Cavill, the guy who played Superman, right? He's
Yeah.
going
Right.
to play Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. And then there's some other
Okay.
people.
So
So now we're crossing streams.
Is that real, or is that because anybody? Is that Wikipedia? Don't trust Wikipedia. Is that
It's
real?
just it's the Google Marvel movies fandom
Google.
wiki.
Is this how we're going to cross the DC Marvel streams? Are they like
Yeah.
going to intertwine now?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
like Ghostbusters. You can't do that.
No,
They
you
only
don't
do
want
that.
to
They only do that one-offs.
Yeah,
dogs
I mean,
living with cats. It's pandemonium.
yeah, man. He's the Witcher. He can't, do that. Then turn around and be, okay. I don't know, but
Yeah.
maybe they can.
I don't know either, but I'm excited about it because I think Kevin Feige and the Marvel team will really do a lot with this because the last ones they just weren't good. Like Jeff said, the only reason to watch it was Jessica Alba. And other than that, I mean,
it
you
was
did?
it's so old now. Like all of these special effects and the CGI are so bad. But I like the film itself. If you just get past that really, really bad science fiction special effects that they throw in. So I'm excited to see it redone.
Has
think
anybody
This is the
seen
third
the
reboot of it, right? Wouldn't it? I mean, because they had the first one with Jessica Alba, and then they
Mhm.
rebooted it again, and that's when they had
And that
Killmonger on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so this will be the third one. Maybe Marvel will do it right. I think.
I think they'll do it right.
If you ever want to do yourself a favor, get on YouTube and look up the original Fantastic Four that was made back in, I think it was in the 80s, and it was never released, and it's terrible. And terrible. And it was one of those things that they made because somebody had to make it for rights or something like that, but never released. Terrible. Kind of like there was a couple of Captain Americas that were made during that time period.
Yeah.
That I don't know if there were TV movies and stuff like that.
remember that.
I've tried to watch them at this point. You talk about like the terrible CGI, like this stuff is so bad.
Yeah. Is it up there with when the Hulk and Thor fought? Remember when the old Hulk and he had Thor? And he was basically, I'm like, this is not even right. This is that bad.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for Fantastic Four too, just to get it, produced via Marvel, because the other ones were not right. They just got the rights back, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and it brings more characters into the MCU too, which is always a good thing to kind of expand that universe a little bit. But beyond that, we also have Ant-Man and the Wasp coming, which I'm super excited about because I love Paul Rudd. I kind of have a bit of a man crush on him, and I like everything he's in.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So one of the characters that is going to be introduced in that, I think, is Kang, and he's going to kind of kick off the new big bad in the next Avengers movie. So that'd be kind of cool to see how they get introduced.
It's going to be Kang Dynasty, right?
February the 17th, right? It's coming out, so we got that. And one thing, Kevin, Kang did come out before. Remember, he was the season finale of Loki.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Kang was there, but now I guess we'll get the variant Kang coming out with the actual Conqueror, as the other one wasn't the Conqueror in Loki.
He was just kind of keeping it balanced. Everything balanced.
His variant that was the Conqueror. He was not the Conqueror.
So Kang is a label to come in now since they bought the rights to Fox and Simpsons. Is that where we're pulling Kang from? Or
I think it's the wrong Kang, sir, that you're talking about.
It's not the Halloween episode Kangs that show up on The Simpsons every year?
No, that's the alien. You're talking about the alien Kang.
Yeah.
Oh, Kang and Kudos.
The green one-eyed green.
Right.
Alien
This is different.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
For sure.
Guys, if you do me a favor on this podcast, if you're watching it, just keep your eyes on Carly and the looks on her face when we're nerding out. She is like, it's like a combination of just disappointment. Just disappointment with us. Just it's like confusion and disappointment. It's like I'm disappointed in you guys for knowing this, and it's just I'm confused. I know you're talking.
Oh no, this is just Jeff. This is all for Jeff.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Never
that too. Every
for
time
anyone
Jeff talks, that look comes up like, huh?
Yeah, it's all reserved for him now.
Oh, okay. All right, so that one's going to be exciting. But coming out, I think in about a month, right? November 11th is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever,
Oh yeah.
which is going to be. I think it's going to be sad.
I think
With
so, too.
seeing the Chadwick Boseman. Did I say his name right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With him passing away in the last couple of years, I know my son was like super bummed when when the news broke that he had passed away, and I think it's going to be hard for a lot of people to see the movie without him. But I think Disney's really going to go above and beyond to make sure that they pay homage to him and have a good movie without him in it. But I think they'll do a lot to make sure it's good.
And the female characters in that movie, like, it's a movie I went into, okay, like, I don't know much about Marvel until I see the movies. I've never been a comic book person. I don't do the research and track the characters like, my daughter does. But so I walked into that one and I was like, okay, it'll be fine. It's a Marvel movie. But man, those female characters are amazing. And I'm bad at actresses and actors' names, so I couldn't even tell you, and I can't tell you their characters' names either. But they are just they're super fun to watch, and I think they do a great job of like kicking butt, but also
naturally.
Yeah, there's just something I really like about them.
Yeah, his sister is really probably one of my favorite ones in the movie. I mean, she's really cool. I'd like to see more. I'm sure they'll explore kind of her a little more in the technology side of Wakanda and all that. So
I can tell you that this is the movie I'm looking forward to the most, right? I think they did a great job of how they hid the under. Now, of course, we know it'll be, we know the villain's going to be, we know what's going to happen with Black Panther, but there are so many other things we don't know in regards to, they're going to introduce Ironheart in this one. We do know that. So, right. So she's going to have a series. We'll talk
I didn't
about
know that.
later.
yeah.
So she's going to be introduced. I'm not convinced that we might have more than one Black Panther on this one. There's different things that are going out there. We just don't know for sure. Michael B. Jordan has been very quiet during this whole process. So you don't know what's going to happen in this movie, but I am extremely excited for it. Of course, we're going to be there day one. We already got our Wakanda Forever shirts. It is going to be sad, right? But I think it's one of those things that I think this movie hopefully do a good job for it. I'm pretty sure they will, and I'm just looking forward to having it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. I think it's going to be awesome. And the last one was just so good too that I think the way Kevin Feige and Marvel work. So next one coming up then after that is we've got Captain America: New World Order coming out in May of 2024. So this one is going to have Sam Wilson as the Falcon as the new Captain America. So that should be really exciting because I loved Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, whatever it's called. But I loved that series. I thought it was awesome. So I hope it's a similar style to that. Yeah, you didn't like it? We don't have the same taste in shows.
Oh, so good. So good.
Okay. Well, to each their own. Good. I'm glad you guys are excited about it because that is like the one Marvel series that came out that I felt like I was bored. I was bored the whole time. I loved Loki. I loved WandaVision. I loved all of the other shows that they're putting out there. But then that one came out and I was like, blah. But I also don't like Captain America at all, even in, original Avengers. So, okay. Now everybody needs to look at Lonnie's face when I say that because
I didn't know you're a communist.
Yeah, right. I know. That's America's butt.
Yeah.
It is America's butt. Jeez. But it's also got Joaquin Torres, right, is going to be coming the Falcon. So that'll be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
So I think I'm excited. I don't know. I've loved all of the Marvel movies though, except for Eternals. So I think anything coming out from them is usually pretty awesome.
Yeah. They're making the Eternals too. But we're not going to talk about that because no.
The
only question I have for them is where were they doing the whole snap.
I know, right?
They were there, and they just kind of watched Thanos just
Maybe
go
they'll do an alternate universe and
happened?
rewrite the whole thing.
Yeah, our job is just sit back and watch. Oh, so y'all like peeping toms now? Y'all voyeurs? What's going on with that? Right. So you know, that's the only question I have for the Eternal.
Yeah, they did nothing. They sat
They
back
did-
and they
they
watched
really
people
did
get
nothing.
destroyed. Families
Yeah.
ruined. All their
Oh, yeah.
fault.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Terrible.
horrible movie.
No, I didn't like it at all. I could barely get through it. Like,
I didn't get through it.
I'm never gonna see it again. It's gone. But you know what is gonna be awesome is probably Thunderbolts. I don't know anything about it
I
at
know
all.
nothing
Oh, I
about it.
do.
You do?
I
Okay.
do.
Can you
Just
talk to us
Googled
about
it.
No,
Really?
but no, I remember actually. So I did have to Google it, but then I do remember people talking about it right after the announcement was made, and it's basically Marvel's version of the DC like whole segment that is
Suicide.
Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad,
Suicide
and
Squad.
yeah, so I'm excited. It's a whole bunch of super villains. Look at me, English.
Billions.
Super
So
villains
fancy.
who are going out and running missions for the government, and so they're kind of like anti-heroes, and I'm excited.
At the
That,
end
that was
of-
set up. Go ahead. I'm
Now,
sorry.
it was set up at the end of the show. You didn't like, Carly.
Yep.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That's when Elaine Bennis came over and was offering somebody a job. She's
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
Well,
at the
she's
end of
in it, and
Scarlet,
then-
Black Widow as
Seinfeld.
well.
yeah.
David
Not
Harbour's
Seinfeld.
in it from Stranger Things. So is he playing then Red? What's his name?
Oh yeah.
the
the
Russian
Red,
Captain America.
Red
Yep.
Guardian.
Yeah, Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
I would assume he's playing
Yeah.
that character.
Yeah. If you look at the the cast, it's Julie Louis-Dreyfus, who she was, I forget her name, but she was
It's Elaine.
Elaine Bennis.
Yeah, Elaine
yeah.
Bennis.
It's
Um,
Elaine.
whatever his name was that was trying to be Captain America, Wyatt Russell.
Sebastian Stan.
But Sebastian Stan, also the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, the new Black Widow, Florence Pugh, and I don't know some of the other characters. You said the guy from Stranger Things, Red Guardian, but yeah, and it's going to be good. It'll be good for sure.
Yeah, and the way Carly, the way you just explained it, I think it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
I'd-
ready for something that has some teeth in it. Like,
Yeah.
we've got really nice heroes, but I'm always a bigger fan of like Iron Man, who is a hero, but is he?
Yeah.
He's got some teeth.
No, he is for sure. He is.
Yeah.
All right, so that one should be a good one. That one's not coming out until July of 24. Though. So
these are all the Marvel ones that are announced for D23, right?
Yep.
Correct.
So in the last couple of days, there was another one that was announced that
Yes, it
wasn't announced
was.
for D23 that I'm even more excited about than
What's
any
that?
of these.
What I
Deadpool and
Deadpool.
Oh,
Wolverine
yeah.
is going to be in it.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome.
Hugh
That
Jackman's
is gonna
coming
be
back.
amazing.
So they're
That
bringing
is gonna
Deadpool
be
into the MCU with and so the whole all the mutants and also Hugh Jackman coming back. And the rumor is that he'll be wearing the traditional yellow Wolverine
Ooh,
costume.
nice.
Really? So
Yeah.
like
Nice.
from the X-Men
The
Fox cartoons.
90s?
80s and
Yeah.
90s, yeah.
Oh, that was another one of those shows. We were talking earlier about shows as kids. I
X-Men,
loved that
yeah.
every Saturday.
Never miss
That's
it.
on Disney Plus. You can watch the
Yeah.
Fox version
It
of the
doesn't
90s
age well.
cartoon.
It doesn't age well.
I love it.
it. Now.
Me and my son started watching it again. You guys have no taste.
So yeah. There was an episode. This is so off. This is so tangent. But when I was in elementary school and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was a Saturday morning cartoon show, which is on Disney Plus. The X-Men were on there, and Wolverine stuck out one claw and it went through an apple, and he said with an Australian accent, "Want a piece of fruit?" And it was just weird because he's Canadian, but he had an Australian accent, and we never could figure out what that was about. And I'm still wondering to this day.
Maybe they'll answer it in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
There you go.
It's kind of like a Crocodile Dundee reference, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. But that was
That's
before
not a
Crocodile
knife.
Dundee.
This is a knife.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
I don't know.
so that's it for Marvel. But Gene, I'm glad you brought that one up though, because I completely forgot that I got super excited about that one, and then I just forgot
It's gonna be good.
because I have a terrible memory. But I'm very pumped about this because Deadpool is one of the funniest, or those two movies are two of the funniest movies I've ever seen. and I can't wait for my son to be old enough where he's allowed to watch it. So probably in about 30 years.
Say he's 32 or something like 33.
Yeah. But yeah, that one was good. All right, so moving in now into Lucasfilm. So with Lucasfilm, here's one of the ones I'm most excited about because I grew up watching these is Indiana Jones 5. Now, Indiana Jones 4, I would say is not good. But Indiana Jones 5, I feel they're going to correct some of the terribleness of the fourth one, the Crystal Skull or whatever it was called, and really make it better. So
and it's the first one by Disney, right? So Crystal Skull was not Disney.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, John, you're really nice when you say it wasn't good. Man, that movie was horrible.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
It was that
aliens
bad.
And stuff. Like, come on.
Was it Shia LaBeouf? Is that why you didn't like it?
Yeah.
That's Shia LaBeouf.
That was the whole reason.
Yeah.
I struggle. I want to really like this, and I hope they do it well. But Harrison Ford is so old now. I really am worried about how he's going to do in this movie.
Once you get to be my age, Jeff, you won't think he's that old. I'm just saying.
Jeff only has like 20 years to get to your age. So, I mean, by that time.
25, Lonnie. It's 25 years.
I'm sorry. 25 years.
And you guys know who else is going to be in this movie is Phoebe Waller-Bridge from one of the best shows ever, Fleabag. Have you guys ever seen Fleabag?
Is that Disney?
Horribly inappropriate for children. No, it's on God, is it on Amazon Prime or Netflix? It's somewhere that's Prime. Not Disney Plus. Prime. Yeah. And it's just very crass and stuff, but it's just such a great show.
I've seen her some other stuff too.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But do you realize this franchise is 41 years old? Literally, the first Indiana Jones came out 41 years ago. Think about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember my dad bringing me to go see the first one at the movies, picking me up from school, checking me out, and bringing me to go see it. And so one of those memories that you always have kind of thing, right? So yeah, 41 years ago.
After school, face melting Nazis, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't open your eyes. Don't look at it. The CGI is horrible in that one as well. When when he opens up the ark and they come out, I'm like, that's the worst. Literally the worst, but it was the best movie as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Indiana Jones actually did nothing in that movie. He could have done absolutely. He could never have been there, and the ending would have been exactly the same. It's true. That's true. That's like one of the big detractions to that movie is that like he didn't really do anything. At the end of the day, he didn't accomplish anything.
Gene, you are absolutely. And now that I think about it, man, you're right because he put down He could have blew it up, but he didn't. He put it down, so he really didn't do anything. Why he just?
There was a whole big thing on Big Bang Theory about that. Where
I remember that.
They got what didn't they get? What's his name? All upset about it because they made that point. But it's true.
Yeah.
Like he didn't accomplish anything. He was
all he did was use the bullwhip.
If anything, he helped them find it.
Right, exactly.
He was on their side.
Still a great movie though.
It was all three of those the first three were great, and the fifth one I think will be as well. At least I'm going to hold out hope for it because I can't be as disappointed as I was in the last one. Okay, so 20th Century is coming out with the new Avatar movie, The Way of Water. I don't know what this is about really, but I've seen the trailer before Top Gun or Lightyear or something. But the trailer looks awesome. It looks like it's going to be just amazingly beautiful, and I think I'll just be mesmerized by everything going on in the movie, and the plot probably won't even really matter, to be honest.
Did you notice they brought in some of the Flight of Passage characters into the trailer too? Like the giant whale thing that jumped out was in the trailer of the movie. Oh, so there's some cool things from that I think is going to come out.
But I'm like John, like I have no idea what's going to happen in this movie, so I'm a little frustrated because. Is it taking place after? Is it taking place before? Are we going to have some of the same characters in it? Like I'm just, I don't even know. And
what year was Avatar?
After Avatar, and apparently I think this is a puppy that's barking. So, but it's taking place after, and it's going to be like there's I think it's their son that's going to be on there. He's one of the main characters, so it's years after. And I think the Earthlings are coming back. Oh, let me Earthlings.
Okay.
Okay. You know, the humans are coming back I guess, to try to take back over the planet or whatever. You go, kind of from the trailers, kind of picking it all up, but it is years and years after. So, yeah.
Well, it's been what? I don't know, 15 or 20 years since the original came out.
I just looked it up. 2009. I couldn't remember when it was.
Okay, so 13 whatever years.
Whatever.
I guess by the time this comes out, 14. But yeah, it's it looks like it's gonna be cool. I don't know. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see it. I know when they actually put the ride together, Flight of Passage, you mentioned the whales or whatever the whale creature is. Those things were directly as a result of, them thinking about this movie back then. So the reason you see those in there is they were like, look, we're going to put this in the movie, right? Because they've been working on this for what, 10 years, just about,
forever.
Right?
Yeah.
How many of them? There's what, 4 of them, 4 more that they're making at one time.
Yeah.
I think it's I mean, basically through the year 2200, they have these being released.
One every 15 years.
In the year 2200 of our Lord, we watched the final.
I have a hard time with this. I'm just going to be honest with you. So I'm going to see this, and I love the ride, and the first movie was cool, but he's just kind of when people George R.R. Martin something like this, they talk about it and they work on it for forever, and we're filming 17 movies at the same time, and then just get off the pot and just do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm a little frustrated.
Right? You feel like the hype is almost too
high. I'm
not
not excited about it at all because 100% if I'm excited for it, I'll get in there and all that anticipation, I'll be disappointed. So whatever.
So
just give me a ride at Disney and I'm good.
Do they at least say when it's going to be released or no?
I think it's later this year. I'm trying to see.
I think it's next year, sometime in 2023.
Oh, is it next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big promises. They say 2023. Next thing you know, it's 2024. Next thing you know,
I think it comes out the same day as Tron opens.
We'll never know when.
Oh, we'll never see it. Yeah,
Spring.
sad.
Spring of next year.
Okay, spring of 23. Okay.
No quotas on that though.
Well, it's one of those things, Gene, like you said, low expectations I found are the key to a happy life. And when I go into something thinking it's going to be great, I'm always disappointed, except for, like Top Gun recently, because that was amazing. But that's not on Disney. So, but yeah, I'm kind of in that boat with this one too. Like, I don't know what it's about. It looks like it's going to be cool, but I think I'm just going to go see it and see what happens.
So I just Googled it to find out when it was going to come out. And apparently they just re-released the original Avatar this last weekend or weekend before. And it's, it's made a bunch of money. So that's good. So I guess people are excited about it. Yeah, I don't know. But I still don't know when it's coming
Cameron
out.
Will get another submarine or something to be able to go.
Yeah.
All right, so that
he
takes
can
us now.
filming some other movies he's not going to put out for another 10 years.
Titanic 2.
Hey, you can say what you want. There was room on that piece of debris.
No doubt.
Yeah. No, that lady just did not want her lover to hang out with her anymore.
Her lover.
She pushed him in the water. She's like, go into the light. Go into I'll come back later and pick you up. 80 years.
I'll be right back.
I'll come back in 6 years.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So now moving into some of the Disney live action stuff. Mufasa, the Lion King prequel, looks like it's going to be pretty cool, but I was so not happy, I guess, with the live action Lion King that I wish this was going to be like animated. And like the style of the original Lion King. But so I've got some kind of tempered expectations for this one, but I think the story is going to be really cool.
I get so frustrated whenever they say live action
because it's not.
It's not. Like there are no, I'm sorry, kids, there are no talking monkeys, there are no talking lions.
Tumble monkeys?
Live action. Stop acting like it's live action. That's just baloney. You just don't want to hire animators or something. I don't know. Maybe they're more expensive. But
I think it's more expensive to do the fake live action.
I think this kind of animation is more expensive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know what their expense is
at all.
Animate it and make fun.
So when I look forward to it, we watch the end. I don't want to get invested in Mufasa's when he's a kid growing up. When I know at the end, his brother's gonna, do the dastardly deed to him. So I'm not looking forward to it at all.
But I mean, it's
spoiler
kind of like,
alerts on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
Andor,
came by
but like
now.
Andor, with Andor, you have the same thing. You know the main character is gonna die, right, in Rogue One. So
Hey man,
But I like
Ooh,
Andor.
I forgot that.
Yeah, Andor's
I'm
good.
liking
Forgot
Andor, but I'm just saying that the main character, you know, he dies at the end of the film. So it's like, you know, you get invested in him just to lose him.
Is
But isn't
James
that
Earl
life?
Jones? Is he voicing Mufasa? Do we know?
Did you know he's
I don't know
92?
about that.
He just retired from
Yeah.
Darth Vader
Yeah.
this week.
But he also signed over the digital rights to his voice. So
That's right.
they're going to
Oh.
continue his voice digitally.
Yep.
Digitally. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's pretty sweet.
That is pretty
That'll be
cool.
awesome.
So maybe he will. I don't know. But yeah, the Mufasa story. I think the story will be cool. But yeah, I agree with you, Carly. Like I didn't like that last one, and it was not live action. They may have had like a background with a mountain in it that was real, but nothing else was.
And I'm just
So you're
getting tired
saying
of
that it
live
wasn't real?
action. I just get tired of these live action remakes of
Yeah.
shows that we've already seen. Like
They're not
Disney.
live action, Carly. We've already established that.
I know, but stop re-releasing the same movie just in a different format because I'm tired of paying for it 82 times.
This is where
Well,
we're
but I
going to
did
disagree
like-
again.
I did like, you know, Genie. Didn't you like the live action of Aladdin? I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It
I like
was
that one.
good,
I like that
but
one.
do I still love the original better? I do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the new ones are cool. I like the new ones. I like Beauty and the Beast. I love Cinderella. I actually like Cinderella much more than the original one. Maybe it's just because it was so much older or whatever, but I loved it. So I don't know.
And I
Maybe
really like
it'll surprise us.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
There's one that's not on the list, and I missed it somewhere in there. But Snow White, I thought that one was coming out too.
Oh, they
Well,
did bring
yes,
that one
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I'm looking
Because-
forward to too, because I didn't like the
am.
original that much. Like I liked it, but it was a little bit slow and it just wasn't my thing. And I think this is going to be really cool.
Snow White's voice irritates the ever living snot out of me in the animated one. So yes, redo
Yeah.
that one, fix it.
Yeah.
It might not be bad.
Nobody talks in that high pitch of a voice. It's not real.
Well, and I think the evil queen is going to be Wonder Woman, so that'll be interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonder-
Gal
Gal
Oh,
Gadot.
no.
Yeah.
That's enough reason to watch it right there. She's beautiful.
She's a good actress. She's
She's-
very
Oh,
talented.
shut up. She is just gorgeous. She might
She
be a good
is?
actress, but I can't help but stare at
She's
her.
attractive.
One of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know. Everybody has a beautiful soul to me.
Shut up, John.
Okay, yeah, I do.
She is
I'm a big
awesome.
fan.
She's Wonder Woman. She's fast and furious. She's driving cars. I mean, she does. Let's not talk about Wonder Woman 1984. We're gonna call it the Dark Times. We don't even acknowledge that one.
Oh, I
But
like that one.
you like Wonder Woman 1984?
Yeah.
I didn't like that one either.
I mean, yeah. I
The
watched
first
that,
one was
but-
amazing. The second one,
Yeah,
I'm
it was
not a fan.
Did you guys see the movie Red on Netflix?
Yes,
Yes.
that's
The
one. I was just
Susan-
googling it. Red Notice.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
It was so good.
that's a good movie too.
Yeah, because God, Ryan Reynolds and The Rock are amazing, and then she's awesome. So that was such a fun movie.
It
Oh,
was.
man. No, Kevin, good job bringing that one up. That's not
Yeah.
anywhere on.
I
For
am
some reason,
excited
we
about
missed that
that.
one. But yeah, I'm
Kevin's coming
excited
in
about that.
clutch. Oh,
And you know what? There's another remake that's coming that I'm super pumped about because it's one of my all-time favorite movies, and it better not disappoint me. Which now I'm going against my low expectation things, but The Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
I am so excited about this. And is Shaggy playing Sebastian?
Really?
I don't know.
Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?
I thought I
Shaggy
heard
the
that.
singer or Shaggy the like Scooby Doo?
Scooby-Doo.
No. Like it wasn't me, Shaggy.
Oh,
Yeah,
the singer.
yeah. The
Thought
voice.
you mean he was going to be smoked out the whole time?
It was in one of the songs or something.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Shaggy. I don't think Shaggy actually smoked. Did he?
No, I don't
Oh.
know. They alluded to that in the live action Scooby Doo movies.
Oh, okay. I never saw
No,
that.
it's David Diggs from Hamilton.
Oh,
Oh,
Is the
yeah.
voice of Sebastian.
Why did I think Shaggy?
So, I don't know.
But yeah, no, I think this is going to be awesome. I'm very excited about this. The trailer was amazing that they had at D23 that we ended up seeing, I think, on YouTube or whatever a couple days later. But But yeah, I'm super pumped. Are you guys excited for this one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna hold my reservation until I see it
I'll be honest.
Right.
because it was
I'm not
a movie I
excited
saw
for
a
it,
million
but I'm
times.
going to see it anyway to support the main character because I just think she's great, and I think she's taken a lot of unnecessary, let's just say, negativity. So I'm going to support it just because.
Yeah.
So
That's a
yes,
good point.
I'll buy tickets for everybody to go just so that to give a vote to her, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, there you go, Dux. Lonnie just said he would buy all of your tickets to the movie. So go ahead and send Lonnie your bill.
Send it via Carly and Jeff. They'll take it and distribute it from there.
Yeah.
And on this note, we are announcing our new Patreon coming out to pay for all.
For all the tickets. Oh man. So, but that one's coming out next summer, and I honestly I can't wait. I think it's going to be really good. I think Little Mermaid, the music, the story, everything was awesome. And Alana, like you said, I think people, getting upset about the Little Mermaid not looking exactly like the original, it should be different. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the world's a lot different place too now than it was in 1993 or whatever year that was. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's awesome. It's kind of one of those things where they're getting different types of people involved, and it's progress, right? Where not everybody's going to look exactly the same as they did 30 years ago, and I think some people just have to get past that.
I look a lot different than I did 30 years ago.
I'm like wine though. I get better with age,
Yeah.
Unlike Gene, he's been aging this whole podcast. I can see
it. Just in the last half hour,
I see some little wrinkles right
here. All right, so then going into some of the Disney Plus movies that are coming out. Hocus Pocus 2 came out 2 days ago now, I think, Friday of this week. Yeah.
Has anybody seen it? Have y'all seen it yet?
I saw it.
Was it good?
Yes.
Was it really? Because I've heard it was terrible, but I don't know that it is.
I thought it was
I don't know that it is.
Really?
Okay.
I didn't think it was terrible. I mean,
Okay.
it wasn't. I didn't like it as much as the original, and I didn't think it was great. But I liked it. It kept me entertained for however long, 2 hours, hour and a half, whatever it was.
My daughter and I are going to watch it. We just haven't had a chance yet.
Okay.
I thought the critics gave it like 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I've seen some really, really bad reviews on it. People said there were just so many Easter eggs from the old ones, and they tried to, push a backstory in on the Sanderson sisters that didn't really fit. And I thought it was good. I mean, you're gonna have high hopes because it's a movie that everybody loves. It's got like a cult following, so it's gonna take a lot of flack. But I thought they did a nice job with it.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, like I said, we watched it. Our kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But you can't really compare it to the original one though, because it's not the same. But it was good.
It never is.
No, especially 30 years later when you try to reboot something like that. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of throwbacks to the original, which
it was cool. And I thought that was fun.
Yeah, I did too.
And I don't want to. They did 2 musical numbers in it, and I really thought those were cute. They did a version of Elton John's "The Witch Is Back," which was super cute, and then One Way or Another, and I thought that one was really good. Like I thought it was all cute.
Yeah, and that was the thing with me too. Like I don't want to think deeply about movies anymore because I just don't have time for that in my life at this point. So I just want to be entertained, and that's what it did. So I liked it. Yeah. We've also got Disenchanted coming out, which is a sequel to the Enchanted movie from God, I don't even know when that came out. 20 years ago.
Yeah,
long time.
But yeah,
we rewatched Enchanted the other night because my daughter's so excited about this movie coming out.
Oh, really? Did she love the original one?
Oh yeah. We'd seen it before, but we just I don't know. One day last weekend, I think we watched it last Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon or something. Such a great movie, and just got us all excited for the new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it comes out in just over a month, November 24th. It'll be on Disney Plus.
I know, and I'm so excited. I think it's going to be really cute. Mm-hmm. I like Enchanted. I think it's an underrated Disney movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer looked pretty good. It really did. So I want to watch it just because of the trailer.
Yeah, there's some new characters, and Maya Rudolph's in it, who I love. She's one of my favorites. She's, anything she's in, she's good. That's going to be good.
She's a good one.
All right. And then we've also got Peter Pan and Wendy coming out next year, which I'm guessing, Carly, you're not a big fan of. Given
I hate Peter
dislike.
Pan. Blah,
It's a
blah.
little creepy. But what is this one about? Because I don't know much about it.
No idea.
I have not seen
No
anything.
idea.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either.
We don't know
The
The
anything
best
about
Peter
it.
Pan movie was Hook, and I'll just leave it out there.
The one with
I would
Robin
agree
Williams,
with
right?
you.
Yes.
Robin Williams. That
Yeah,
was the
I like
best.
that one too. Bangarang, Peter. I loved it. Yeah, that one was great. But yeah, I don't know what Peter Pan
it's-
and Wendy.
And it really doesn't have a whole lot out there. It just says that it's based on the 1904 play Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up, aka Peter and Wendy. But it doesn't really have any plot whatsoever. It's got some cast in here, like Jude Law as Captain Hook, Jim Gaffigan as Mr. Smee, which I think
That might
is
be
I
perfect.
like that. He's
weird.
I'm a big Jim Gaffigan fan.
I love Jim
But
Gaffigan.
then I guess I don't know. Yara Shahidi is Tinkerbell. Ever Anderson is Wendy Darling, and Alexander Maloney as Peter Pan. And I don't know who any of those three are. Hey, if you're listeners of the Ducks, I apologize. But it really doesn't say anything about what it's going to actually be about as far as the plot.
I wonder if it'll be Wendy's kids, maybe. And she.
I don't think it is. I think it's the original story, because I think the original book might have been. There's maybe an original book or original play called that.
Where Peter Pan was the
Yeah.
bad guy, right?
I don't know. It's got
'Cause there was
Captain Hook. It's got
one
Tiger Lily
version.
and Smee.
So it is basically the original, just redone.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's what it looks
seems
like.
to be, yeah.
Interesting. So it's another live action remake.
Oh,
Right.
Peter Pan's kind of weird. That
Well,
whole-
okay, here it says
Mom and
based
daughter
on J.M.
dynamic.
Barrie's novel, Peter and Wendy. It's the timeless tale of a young girl who, defying her parents' wishes to attend boarding school, travels with her two younger brothers to the magical Neverland. There, she meets a boy who refuses to grow up, a tiny fairy, and an evil pirate captain, and they soon find themselves on a thrilling and dangerous adventure. So, yeah, it's basically the
Original.
live action of Peter Pan. So, yep, I'm skipping that one, people.
Yeah. I'm gonna see it because I'll watch anything that comes out on Disney Plus, basically. But
Yeah.
Not really looking too forward to a Peter Pan remake.
Nope.
But and then Pinocchio was not announced at D23, I don't think, but it did come out recently, and I wasn't a fan of that one. I don't know. Did
We
you
haven't
guys
watched it
see?
yet.
I haven't
Okay.
watched
I didn't watch it.
Okay,
It wasn't on my list.
we can talk about it later then. If you guys, I don't want to ruin the story. It's got the wooden boy and stuff in it, and if you don't know the ending, I don't want to ruin that for you. Just like Titanic, we shouldn't have even mentioned that, because now people are going to know what happens if they ever watch it.
I mean,
And
if they don't
Mufasa
know the
dying.
whole thing, there's an issue. That's on them. That's their problem.
Yeah.
Not a duck problem.
That's their problem.
I mean, you gotta know
man.
Titanic. If you don't know it's Saint, you be like,
All right, and then so moving on to animated films. I don't know anything about these ones that are coming out other than Inside Out 2 Inside Out is going to have a sequel with Inside Out 2. So I think that'll be cool because Amy Poehler's coming back to that, and Inside Out was awesome. So I'm excited just to see where they go with this and what happens. Is it going to be the same young girl as
Yes,
an older?
it's still
Okay.
Riley. She's a teenager. And now she has all of her old emotions plus some new ones. I think it'll be good. I really do.
Yeah, I hope it'll be good too. I think it will be. I think that like you said, as the kids coming into teenagers, hopefully they touch on some of that and let kids feel like some of these feelings are normal, but not go too deep into it where it's not something you want to watch with the whole family. So
Right.
yeah, but I am looking forward to it though, because the first one was really good and it was interesting and fun and just a cool way to look at how all those things are emotions in our head are handled. And, yeah. All right. The other, another one that's coming out is Wish, which I think is really cool because it's about a place where wishes really do come true. And it's about a 17-year-old who makes an impassioned plea to the stars, which is answered by a cosmic force, a little ball of energy called Star. So I think that's going to be really cool. I don't know much more about it, but I'm excited by the premise. I think it could be really fun, and there's a lot of different ways they can go with it. So I don't know. That's one I'm kind of looking forward to.
I am excited about this one. It has Ariana DeBose, and she has been in a lot of stuff. She's in Hamilton. She's the Bullet, which sounds silly, but she is. And she was in The Prom, and she just has such a beautiful voice. So I imagine she'll be doing some singing in there. I hope she does, because I mean, her voice is just gorgeous.
So another one that's coming out is going to be Elio. And Elio is an artistic, creative, and avid indoorsman who finds it hard to fit in. So this kind of reminds me of a lot of the 10-year-old boys I know that hang out with my son.
Right.
They're all, they want to sit in the basement, play video games and stuff. It's just a different world. But I'm glad they're bringing something like this out to make kids kind of see that a little bit, right? Because you see a lot of the kids that go out and play and that type of thing, but the kids who are inside playing Fortnite all day, let's get a movie to focus on them. So I'm glad we're bringing that aspect of society out into the movies.
Well, and I'm excited that Disney has another animated film with a boy as the main character, because I feel like they do a really great job of doing animated characters that are girls. But I mean, we had Luca, and that's great. And
Coco
was good. And I think they're starting to do more of the boys. But this one I think is going to be fun. The movie poster has aliens on it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. Like, they look kind of like Monsters Inc. characters, but aliens. So I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, so I think his mom works for the government and is trying to decode like signals from space, and somehow Elio is the one who actually decodes it, and then he gets taken up into space. So that's kind of the premise of the movie. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds neat. I like the idea of it. Let's see. Another one that's coming out is Elemental. So this one is a Pixar film, and it's coming out next summer in June. So this one, has anybody heard anything about it or what's going on with it?
Yeah, it's about elements. The element of water falls in love with the fire element. And so it kind of reminds me of like a Inside Out thing going on just with science. I don't know. I don't really know much more about it than that, but the poster looks really cute. Again, the characters in the poster kind of remind me of Inside Out characters. So I don't know. I'm excited to hear more about it. It doesn't come out until June of 2023. So it's a ways off.
Wow. So kind of like opposites attract with the fire and water.
Yes.
So I would assume then, what are the other elements? Air and land? What?
Earth, fire, wind, water, and heart.
Oh. Well, look at you go.
Seriously, no Captain Planet reference. Nobody else got that, really?
No.
Oh man, Captain Planet. Those were the days.
I thought you were just being smart.
That was another show that I loved.
Thinking Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah,
I was too, Gene. I went right to the band.
Why wouldn't you?
Right. Oh man. But yeah, it should be good. I don't know. That sounds fun. It sounds like a good story at least. The other one that's coming out is Strange World. So this one has Jake Gyllenhaal, Dennis Quaid, and Lucy Liu. So that's a pretty good cast, I think.
Nice cast.
Yeah, that's a really good cast. So I think that one's going to be good. And so with this one, it's about a legendary family of explorers whose differences threaten to scuttle their latest crucial adventure. So I think that's kind of fun to have a family of explorers like that, something like Treasure Island or Treasure Planet, I guess, something along those lines. Like I like those kind of exploring adventure stories. Moana, things like that are really fun. So with this cast and kind of a fun story behind it, I think it'll be cool.
I think out of all of the movies that are coming out, like some of them have to be good, right?
Yeah.
We keep hoping, but I know that some of them are going to be flops because they always are. But maybe they'll all be great.
Wow, you don't sound super confident there, Carly.
This one, I'm having a
one will be
hard
good.
time really loving the concept of this one. So
Really?
Do you even like Disney, Carly?
I don't know.
This episode has been so much more positive from her though than the previous D23 one. So
Than most episodes.
I'm just joking.
I
Oh,
like
man.
to say I am a realist. Hello.
That's fair. All right, so we've talked about kind of all the movies coming out, but let's go around and what is the one thing coming out that you're most excited about? So, Jeff, why don't we start with you? What's the one movie that's coming out that was announced that you're just the most pumped for?
the one movie that we talked about, probably the Fantastic Four. I'm interested to see what happens there.
Okay, that's good. Marvel giving their swing at it, so that'll be awesome.
Yep.
Carly, what about you?
Oh, you asked me too fast. I'm gonna say Disenchanted.
Nice.
I like the original one, so let's hope.
All right. Yeah, it should be good. What about Lonnie? What about you?
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Nice.
Well, I think you need to tell everybody before the broadcast even started what you said. But if it doesn't have Wakanda in it,
What did I say?
It doesn't have
it doesn't
Wakanda
have
in it. You're not
Wakanda
seeing
in
it.
it. You're not
Run-
seeing it.
Run that back. Run that replay back. Coach.
I did say that. Man, I must have been really militant early on in this podcast.
All
That
right,
is also-
Gene. Gene, what are you most looking forward to?
So because it's the next one coming out, I would say Wakanda Forever. I'm excited about a lot of stuff. Probably overall, really Deadpool, but really and truly, movie wise, Wakanda Forever because it's the next one coming out, and everything else. Yeah, I mean, it's just the other stuff's too far ahead.
Mhm.
Okay,
so
first
looking
thing
at
first,
the next
put some respect on that. It's Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Don't just shorten up the names just because you're saying it's the next thing out there. Put some respect on that name.
I'm sorry. I'm most excited, excessively, ultimately excited for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. The most, the best.
There you go.
All right. There you go,
Is that
Gene.
enough?
All right, Kevin.
Superlatives?
Kevin, what
So,
are you most pumped
Like Lonnie and Jean, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, but also looking further down the line, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Indiana Jones. I think that one's going to be a sleeper that's going to come out and it's going to be better than everybody thinks. I'm really hopeful on that one.
And I really hope that you're right there because I'm very hopeful as well. And I love the whole Indiana Jones, the first trilogy, I guess. Yeah, like we talked about, not so much the fourth one. But I think honestly, I'm most excited about Captain America. I love that series so much, and I love Sam Wilson taking the shield and becoming Captain America. So I'm really excited about this one, and I've loved all the other Captain America movies. So yeah, that's I think the one. But I'm excited for all the Marvel stuff. It all looks like it's going to be awesome. So all right, well that was our discussion on the films.
Hey, there's one thing I wanted to bring up. There was a recent announcement that one of the TV series from Marvel is actually going to be a movie. Armor Wars they've changed everything that came out at D23 said it was going to be a series, but they just recently said it's going to be a
really?
movie now.
Oh,
I just saw that last day. So
That
if
could be
I'm wrong
cool.
about that, I'm just going from memory. But I remember it was just a big, it was just a change in strategy, and it's far enough away that they can change all that. As far as the direction of that. So anyway, so that's another movie that's coming out, but it's probably going to be 2024.
Good catch, Gene.
Yeah, that could be a really good one too.
Yeah.
All right, so that's kind of our thoughts on the movies that are announced at D23. So if everybody wants to go to our Facebook page or our Facebook group, Disney with the Ducks, or our Instagram page, Disney with the Ducks, or our Twitter, Disney with the D1, and leave your thoughts on the movies that are coming out and what you're most excited for. And now that we've gotten past that, let's get to our favorite part of the show, which is quacking up with the ducks. All right, so Kevin, let's make us laugh.
Okay, I'll try. So, you know that Anna and Elsa were homeschooled, right? So, from Frozen, they were homeschooled. Their parents, worked with them, worked on their alphabet. but they didn't do so well because they got lost at sea.
It's terrible and funny at the same time. I love it.
Yeah,
We've
I think I
also
waited
been-
long enough.
We've also been working on letters in our house because we've been playing Scrabble lately. And oh my gosh, my dog ate an entire bag of Scrabble letters. It's awful. And we took him to the vet to get him checked out. No word yet.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, that is a good one though. That's a thinking man's joke.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, it's funny that you talk about letters because Lonnie and I were having a conversation the other day, and you'd be surprised. He only knows 25 letters. Did you know that about Lonnie?
Mm.
He doesn't know why.
That's a good one. So we talked about movies that we're most excited for, and what we in the beginning we talked about what we wanted to, or what was our favorite growing up. Where my favorite movie growing up was the Terminator. And, he's getting kind of old now, so he's gonna of course have to retire. Do you know what they call a retired Terminator?
Oh,
An ex-Terminator.
Oh, boy.
like it.
Not where I thought you were going with that.
Do you have a better place, Gene?
No,
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
no better place.
No, but I'd love to hear your joke.
It's probably a dark place Gene's going to, a very dark place.
So I've had a couple of doctor's appointments here recently. And one of them, they did a testing and found out that I was colorblind. And that really just hit me out of the purple.
That's good.
Oh man, how do you follow that one up?
Yeah, good luck with
Why?
that.
Why don't eggs tell jokes?
I don't
They'd
know.
crack each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Carly gave me the pity laugh. I love it.
All right, I just shake my head at Jeff, so at least you got a pity laugh.
I got a whole belly chuckle from Gene, though. So I'm
Yeah.
sad.
I fell out of his chair.
Oh man.
It's not the broken one.
All right. Well, we hope you guys all enjoyed this episode. Again, try to get over to our Facebook page and leave your thoughts on what movies you're excited about coming out, which ones you maybe aren't that excited about, and we can come back and revisit this once all these are released and see which ones really hit and which ones didn't. And with that, I just want to say Kwaherini, and everyone have a good evening. Thanks.
Wakanda forever.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
I thought
Hey, Lonnie,
We kept enough, right? So you don't have
Lonnie, I thought you were going to say that maybe Stallone said, hey, now that you said he's getting old, that Stallone said, hey, look, let's do a movie about composers. I'll be, Beethoven. And, Dolph Lundgren said, oh, I'll be Tchaikovsky. And what about you, Arnie? And Arnie said, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Okay, I'll be Bach.
Oh,
that is a good one too.
So this guy was out hunting one day, right? So he goes over this hill and he sees this bear, right? And the bear, this was a Sunday. He was supposed to go to church. He didn't go. He said, I'm going hunting instead. So he gets there and he sees this bear way out there. And the bear is just minding his own business, going across the field. So he takes his rifle and he aims at the bear and he fires. But when he fires, the gun kicks back, he falls back, and he falls into a bear trap. So he's all mangled at the bottom. He got spikes in his legs, and he hears the bear, because he didn't hit him, running toward him and charging toward him, right? So he looks up and you can see the bear coming, and he says, Lord, I know I didn't go to church today, but please, if there's one thing that you can do for me, make this bear a Christian. So right then and there, the bear just stopped, all paused, just, and he looked up to heaven and he said, Lord, thank you for this meal I'm about to consume. Good night, Riley. Riley's gone, y'all. Tell her good night.
Bye, Riley.
All right.
Night, Riley. Man.
Now that our favorite member of the family's gone,
All right.
I know.
It's
She
downhill.
is the best
stuck
one.
with you two.
She's so excited. She's like back here going, yeah.
At least you put me evenly with Carly. I'm excited about that.
No, I didn't say
No.
that. I just said
No.
Riley was the best.
You send drops, man. You did that.
September John was on fire.
What?
October John doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Of what month?
November.
November.
I was
November
a
20.
Valentine's Day gift from one parent to the other. So are you, Carly?
I never really put that in perspective. So thank you for that.
I guess I'm slow because I didn't get it.
Yeah, I
Everybody's
didn't either.
like,
9 months from 9 months from Valentine's Day is my birthday. 9 months in a week.
My anniversary is November the 21st.
November
Okay,
21st.
I'm slow, but now I see.
Yeah.
Well, now Valentine's Day is not my favorite holiday.
Related to this at all, but what is your favorite? What was your first car?
Then everybody will be able to guess our passwords.
Yeah.
What is your mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
What is your social security number?
What is your screensaver? Big boy. What?
35. Okay, and our question is favorite TV show growing up.
Sure.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember.
I'm
Tell me
waiting someone
last.
to ask Gene if they had TV back then.
should
I
get-
was waiting for it.
I was going to do it once they came up and got going. I was going to throw it out and surprise him.
You guys are so mean to Gene. Be nice to
I had
Gene.
every
Gene,
intent.
when Gene had a TV, they had rabbit ears. They didn't have cable.
Gene is one of my favorite ducks. Be
Gene's
nice.
favorite one was Little Orphan Annie on radio.
Did he get his decoder ring?
A stupid. Oh, what was it? Ovaltine commercial.
Drink your Ovaltine. Oh,
You lock the door. I'm coming, Mom.
Gene.
I'm coming.
oh, Jesus. Okay.